Right now, it might feel like winter still has a very firm grip on the world. Cold days, long nights, and nature is still in its slumber. But underneath the surface, life is beginning to stir. Imbolc or Imolc marks this powerful turning point, a time to honour the first whispers of spring and the growing light. But what exactly is Imolc? And why is it such a sacred and magical time of the year? Stick with me because in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the history, the symbolism, and the simple ways that you can celebrate this beautiful Sabbat. It's one of my favourites, and align yourself with the energy of renewal and hope. Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Emma Louise Dyson. This is The Wild and Untamed Way, where we talk about all things shamanic witchcraft, earth medicine, and living in harmony with the changing of the seasons and the wheel of the year. And today I'm going to be sharing with you what is Imbolc and how can you celebrate. So Imbolc or Imbolc is one of the most beautiful and hopeful celebrations in the wheel of the year. It's that moment where we begin to shift from the stillness of winter to the promise of spring. And while the world outside might still be cold and quiet, Imbolc reminds us that growth and renewal are already underway, even if we can't see it yet. This Sabbat is traditionally celebrated on February 1st and 2nd, and it marks the halfway point between Yule, the winter solstice, and Ostara, the spring equinox. It's a time to honour the goddess Brigid, the Celtic goddess of fire, healing, poetry, and fertility, and to reflect on the seeds, both literal and metaphorical, that we want to nurture in the months ahead. So in this video, I'll take you on a journey through the history and the meaning of Imbolc. I'll share with you its magical correspondences, and I'll guide you through the types of spells and rituals that align perfectly with its energy. So whether you're new to celebrating the Sabbath or you have been honouring the Wheel of the Year for years, you'll work through these ideas and these inspirations to make this Imbolc a meaningful and personal celebration for you. So, Imbolc, one of the 8 pagan Sabbats in the wheel of the year, as we've said, celebrated around the 1st or the 2nd of February. The name Imbolc or Imbolc is believed to come from the old Irish word meaning in the belly, which refers to the early lambing season when ewes are pregnant and new life is stirring. And I love that because in the belly also refers to the belly of Mother Earth as well, right? So things are stirring in the belly of Mother Earth. So this connection to fertility and renewal makes Imbolc a celebration of the Earth's first sign of awakening after the dark, long winter. So it's a time to honour the returning of the light. Even though the days are still short, they are starting to grow longer and the energy of the sun is beginning to strengthen. So this Sabbath is closely tied to fire, symbolising warmth and inspiration and a spark of creativity. Imbolc is also deeply connected, as we said, to Brigid, the Celtic even, goddess of fire. She's also the goddess of poetry and healing and smithcraft and fertility. And she is a goddess of transitions, embodying the balance between the darkness of winter and the light of spring. Brigid is celebrated as the bringer of inspiration and a protector of the hearth. And in many rituals performed at Imbolc, these are done in her honour. Symbolically, Imbolc is all about preparation and potential. It is not the full bloom of spring yet, but it is this promise of growth. So the moment when the seeds are still beneath the surface, gathering energy and preparing to burst forth. So this makes it the perfect time for us to set intentions and to also plant the metaphorical seeds of what we want to grow in the upcoming months. Imbolc is also a fire festival, and fire plays a huge role in its celebrations. Lighting candles and bonfires, or even just a hearth fire, symbolizes the return of the sun and the renewal of energy after winter's stillness. In ancient traditions, Imbolc was a time to cleanse and to purify, both physically and spiritually. So homes were cleaned to make space for new energy, fields were prepared for planting, and rituals were performed to bless the land, the livestock, and the hearth. And today, many of these traditions live on in modern pagan and witchcraft practices, offering us a chance to really reconnect with nature's cycles and to honor this transitional time. One of the most beautiful things about celebrating Imbolc is how easy it is to incorporate its energy into our magical practice using its correspondences. So these are symbols and colors and elements that help us to tap into the essence of Imbolc and to align ourselves with its themes of hope, renewal, and light. Let's start with colors. The key colors of Imbolc are white, representing purity, new beginnings, and the snow that still blankets a lot of the earth. Red and orange, symbolizing the fire and the warmth of the sun as it begins to return, and green, representing the earliest signs of life and growth, like the first buds on the tree or the snowdrops that are breaking through the ground. Next, we've got crystals, and these crystals carry the energy of Imbolc. First of all, clear quartz. Clear quartz is great for clarity, purification, and also amplifying our intentions. Amethyst is perfect for spiritual growth and for connecting with divine inspiration, especially fitting since February's birthstone is amethyst. And I'm going to be creating a whole video on this, so make sure that you do stay tuned. Garnet is next. This is a stone of passion and grounding and vitality, which also connects beautifully to the strengthening light of the season. And finally, we've got citrine. This brings the energy of the sun, it boosts creativity, and it also encourages optimism. There's loads of crystals you can use, of course, but those are the ones that I personally would recommend during this time. And when it comes to herbs and flowers, here are some of the most powerful allies for Imbolc. Again, just my suggestions, you do you, but these are the ones I like to work with. First of all, snowdrops and crocuses. These are the early bloomers and are classic symbols of Imbolc. They represent the first stirring of spring, and it always brings my heart so much joy when I see the first snowdrops. They've already started to sprout. Next up is rosemary. This is great for purification and cleansing rituals. Chamomile for peace and renewal and for calming energy, and lavender for healing and inspiration and creating a sense of harmony. And if you don't have access to fresh flowers, dried versions or even images of the plants are going to work just as well. Imbolc also has strong associations with animals. Sheep represent fertility, nurturing energy, and the lambing season, which is a central meaning to Imbolc. Swans symbolize grace and transformation and connection to the divine. And believe it or not, snakes are often seen as connected to Imbolc as well, because they're seen as symbols of transformation, of renewal, and of awakening as we shed our old skin. I actually always have a beautiful bronze snake on my desk while I'm working. Finally, we can't forget about the elements associated with Imbolc. Of course, fire. Fire is the prominent element, easy for me to say, of this Sabbat, symbolizing warmth and light and inspiration and the returning of the energy of the sun. But water is also a great element to work with because it represents purification and healing and creative energy. So this is a great way to work with those elements, but you could incorporate water in through ritual baths or through water scrying. And using these correspondences in your magic is a really simple way for you to honor the energy of the season. For example, you could dress your altar in white and green. You could light a red or an orange candle to connect with fire. And then you could place a piece of amethyst to invite spiritual growth and inspiration. See how simple that is. But these simple but intentional actions can help to create this sacred space that really resonates with the season's themes. Imbolc is the perfect Sabbat for magic that is focused on renewal and inspiration and preparation. Its energy encourages us to clear the old, to welcome the new, and to plant seeds of intention for the year ahead. Healing magic is deeply aligned with Imbolc's energy, especially because its connection to Brigid, the goddess of healing. So this is a time where we can really focus on self-care, emotional renewal, letting go of the past, and to really work with crystals like amethyst or rose quartz, or simply just set our intentions to nurture ourselves and our well-being. Inspiration and creativity also take center stage at Imbolc as well. So Brigid's energy inspires poetry and art and creative expressions, making this the perfect time to light a candle, meditate on a project, or reignite a passion that has been dormant. And especially in these darker months as well, get creative, snuggle in, get cozy, like be present. Fertility and growth magic also resonate really strongly with the energy of this Sabbat. Planting seeds, either in soil or as a metaphor for your goals and intentions, are going to be perfect. You can use symbols like eggs, seeds, or milk to represent abundance and the potential for growth in all areas of your life. You can also light a candle or do some fire magic, because fire magic is a foundational element of Imbolc. It is the fire festival after all. We're celebrating the return of the sun. So lighting candles or hosting a small fire ceremony can really represent transformation and illumination. Even something as simple as meditating on a flame of a single candle can really help you to connect to the growing warm light. Honestly, don't underestimate these really simple rituals. Lastly, Imbolc is a time for setting intentions, right? And that means manifestation work. So reflect on what you want to achieve in the year ahead. Write down your goals or create a vision board to really focus your energy. And again, these small acts can carry really powerful potential for growth. And don't forget, Imbolc invites us to really give thanks for the returning of the light and to the slow awakening of the earth. So you might create an offering for Brigid, such as milk or bread or honey, or simply just take a moment to honor the blessings in your life and the promise of what's to come. So now we've explored the magical energy of Imbolc, the correspondences, some of the types of spells that you can work with. Let's talk about how you can celebrate this beautiful Sabbat. Imbolc is so versatile, whether you prefer simple spells or really elaborate rituals. There are countless ways that you can honor this sacred turning point of the year. And one of the most meaningful ways to celebrate is by creating a sacred space such as an altar. So for this Sabbat, you can decorate your altar with colors like white or red or orange or green to represent the purity of snow, the warmth of the fire, and the promise of new life returning. Candles, as we've already mentioned, are especially significant at Imbolc, symbolizing the growing sunlight, the spark of creativity. And crystals like amethyst and clear quartz and garnet also amplify intentions, while we've already learned about seasonal plants like snowdrops and rosemary and ivy, and they can bring the energy of renewal into the space. So add these to your altar, bring these into your home, or maybe even add a handcrafted Brigid's cross or other objects that represent creativity, such as a pen or paintbrush. This can really help you to connect with her energy, and your altar doesn't have to be, crazy elaborate. It could be something like a simple arrangement on a plate or on a shelf that can really hold the powerful energy of the season. Now, we've talked about this being a fire festival, lighting candles, but even something as simple as lighting a candle can really help you to connect to the energy of the returning of the sun. You can use this time to meditate on your goals or to set intentions for the month ahead. And if you're looking to focus on specific areas of your life, you might light multiple candles, dedicating each one to a particular intention. Another meaningful ritual is carving a word or a symbol or a goal into a candle, anointing it with oil like rosemary or lavender, and then lighting it as you visualize your intention coming to life. Take some time to connect with the warmth and the light of the candle. It is such a simple act, but it carries incredible magic. And if you'd like to learn more about candle magic, I have created a video all about this, which I will link below. Honoring Brigid is another way to celebrate Imbolc, right? She's the goddess of fire, healing, poetry, fertility. She is the heart of this Sabbat. So you might create an offering to her, as we've already mentioned, something like milk or bread or honey. You might even want to write a poem and, I have that as an offering for her. You can place your offerings on your altar or outside as a gift to the earth, and it's just a beautiful way to honor her. Crafting a Brigid's cross. You can use straw, twine, paper. Last year, I went and cut down some reeds. I did some little short form videos about these, which you will see in my YouTube shorts. So make sure you check those out. But this is another lovely way to connect with her energy. And traditionally, these crosses were hung above doorways or hearths to invite her blessings and protections into the home. You can also honor her through creative activities like writing or painting or crafting, anything that allows you to really express yourself and to really tap into your own inspiration. Imbolc is also a time of renewal. So it is perfect opportunity for cleansing. So this can include cleansing physically, cleaning your home, clearing away that stagnant energies of winter, open the windows, sweep the floor, get rid of the cobwebs. We're always a bit dubious about getting rid of cobwebs in our house because sometimes spiders live in the house and we think that's cool, but cobwebs do hold lots of stagnant energy, so clear those out if you can and bring fresh air into your space. You can also take this even further by cleansing your home with smoke from rosemary or sage or using a herbal spray. Cleansing rituals don't have to stop with your physical space either. You can also focus on cleansing your own personal energy. A ritual bath is a wonderful way to do this. You can infuse the water with herbs like chamomile and lavender and rosemary, and as you soak, visualize the water washing away anything that no longer serves you. Planting seeds, we mentioned it briefly, but this symbolizes the potential and the preparation of the season. So you can do this literally by planting seeds and bulbs in your garden or in a pot, or metaphorically by planting intentions for what you want to grow in your life. And as you plant the seeds, speak your goals and your dreams into the soil. Imagine that they are taking root. And you might also like to maybe write down your intentions for the year ahead. Place the paper maybe under a crystal, a candle, or a sacred object. And if you prefer, you can use kind of visual inspiration as well. So you could create a vision board, which is filled with images and words that represent what you want to cultivate in the year ahead. It can be really, really powerful. Another beautiful way to honor Imbolc is through food. Yum. If you eat dairy, then dairy-based dishes are really popular and a great way to honor that. Oat cakes, bread, other simple nourishing foods are traditionally associated with this Sabbat. So baking something like bread or honey cakes can be a way to really celebrate the abundance of the earth and offer gratitude for its gifts. You might share the meal with loved ones, or may even offer, I don't know, a portion as a gift to Brigid as well. Spending time in nature. One of my favorite things to do all year round, but a beautiful way to connect with the energy of Imbolc. Even though winter still lingers, there are small signs of life emerging if you look closely. Snowdrops and crocus might be breaking through the ground, and the buds may be forming on the trees. There are definitely going to be lots of catkins, and the earth is starting to soften. It is beginning to soften, reflecting the stirring energy of the season. Taking a mindful walk and noticing these first stirrings of spring can really help you to feel connected to the cycles of nature and remind you that even in the quiet, life is preparing to bloom. And finally, Imbolc's a wonderful time for reflection and meditation. So you might meditate on themes of renewal and light, focusing on the ways you want to grow in the months ahead. Journaling can also be a powerful practice. Write about the seeds that you want to plant in your life and the steps you can take to nurture them. A visualization exercise can be especially effective as well. Just imagine the energy of the season as a warm, glowing light that fills you with hope and strength and inspiration. So no matter how you choose to celebrate, Imbolc offers us an opportunity to pause, to reflect, and to honor the transitions happening both within us and in the natural world. It is a time to prepare, a time to dream, and a time to welcome the light as it begins to return. Imbolc may be an ancient practice, an ancient celebration, but its message is just as powerful and relevant today as it was centuries ago. At its heart, Imbolc is about transitions, moving from the stillness of winter into the hope and renewal of the spring. It reminds us that even in the darkest, coldest moments, life is stirring beneath the surface. And in today's fast-paced world, it is easy to feel disconnected from the cycles of nature. But Imbolc invites us to pause and to just align ourselves with those rhythms within nature. It teaches us to honor the quiet moments of preparation and to trust that growth is happening even if we can't see it yet. It's a gentle reminder that life, just like the earth, needs rest before it can bloom again. Loving that. This Sabbat also carries a message of hope and a message of perseverance. Winter's often a time of introspection and challenge, right? Man, I have struggled through this winter this year. I really have. But Imbolc reminds us that brighter days are on their way. The returning of the light symbolizes new beginnings. And by celebrating Imbolc, we're reminded to nurture our own potential and prepare for the opportunities ahead. It's also a chance for us to reconnect with creativity and inspiration. And in a world that demands constant productivity, this Sabbat invites us to just take a different approach, right? Light a candle, sit in stillness, allow ideas and dreams to spark from within. It's about embracing the process of becoming and honoring where we are now and welcoming what's to come. So by celebrating Imbolc, we're not just honoring the ancient traditions, we are creating space in our lives for renewal, hope, and gratitude. It's a beautiful reminder, isn't it? Even in the quiet stillness of winter, new beginnings are stirring beneath the surface. So whether you choose to light a single candle, to honor Brigid, to plant seeds, or simply just rest and take a moment to reflect, please do something this Sabbath. It invites us to pause, to reset, and to prepare for the months ahead. And if you're looking to release what no longer serves you and create space for growth, I have something special for you. Download my free cord cutting bundle. It includes a full moon ritual, a guided meditation, and a workbook to really help you let go of those lingering energies and to prepare for renewal. It's the perfect complement to the energies of Imbolc, and it will guide you on your journey towards clarity and fresh beginnings. You will find the link in the description below. I would also love to hear from you. What are you planning to do? How are you planning to celebrate Imbolc this year? Are you going to be lighting candles, creating an altar, planting seeds? Let me know in the comments, and any ideas that you have as well. I would love to hear your thoughts and ideas. And if you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and to subscribe for more magical insights and rituals and seasonal inspiration. I've got some great videos lined up for the next couple of weeks. So thank you so much for spending time with me today, for honoring the magic of Imbolc. Until next time, may your path be bright, your heart be light, and may you always find magic in every season. Stay cool, won't you? I'll see you in the next video.